with, jazz was always loved in my family. It was loved deeply by my grandparents. And that love passed down to my mother, and then she passed it down to me. I first started playing piano when I was 9. First, it was classical training. So I started classical, then for 2 years, and I went to jazz, and I did both at the same time. And then my classical teacher was like, "You need to pick one," and I was like, "I'm picking jazz. Bye." What you're praying. I'm originally from Chicago, but I went to University of Michigan. I just graduated there. So and while I was there, I realized I was close to Detroit, and I, just went to jam sessions and, started getting gigs. And Detroit was really welcomed me so easily. It was so easy just to, and such a warm family environment. I mean, Detroit and Chicago are really like sister cities in a lot of ways. So Detroit in my development, I mean, lots of times while I was studying at University of Michigan, I was also being I don't know if saxophonist Wendell Harrison, he's a Kresge artist. I just practiced at his house, and he would give lessons, and, many other mentors, Marion Hayden.
Talk to me about this new single and why you named it Come Find Me. What was the inspiration behind it? Take me through a little bit of the thought process of Alexis around this.
Well, I started writing this song while I was in college at University of Michigan. We started writing it in the practice rooms. And I took it to my friend, producer Eddie Burns' house back in Chicago. And he put this kind of like hip hop R&B beat onto it. And before that, I've never even really performed non-jazz originals in public. So I was kind of terrified, like, oh my gosh, like right. My fan base is gonna hate me. I'm doing something different. But melody and lyrics kind of come together. So Come Find Me was just there. Like when I figured out the melody, those lyrics were there, but I was wondering like in what context it was. So at first I was writing the lyrics, and it was like about this dude, like, come find me when you want to treat me right and you want to act right. And then it started turning around. Like I had this kind of spiritual session. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. And it just kind of ended up being a conversation between me and God saying, come find me.
What advice do you have for people who are just starting out, or what advice can you pass on that you've received?
I guess the best thing I would honestly say is to know yourself, and to get to know yourself and realize like how much of yourself do you know? Because once you know yourself, you can know what kind of decisions you want to make, what kind of people you want to be around, and you can start visualizing where you want to see yourself. But if you don't know yourself, you're just kind of like a summation of everybody around you. And if you're not around all the right people all the time, then you're just kind of drifting in the wind. If you want somewhere